This is more yeah, this is more like a boxing. So I saw what's going on. You know, I saw the backlash. About what happened. People calling. I didn't watch the video, but I saw. You know, I got tipped off. I saw the backlash. Criticize. I've already told y'all that. So y'all already know what it is with that. But the thing about it though is I just want to basically give y'all a recommendation. I recommend y'all just start ignoring him because that's what he does. He uses the biased Latino fans that can't stand blacks. He uses them for views, to get clicks, to get super chats, and to get engagement. You dig? Because there's a whole community of people that are like that. They just want to get on here, talk about, they claim they know boxing, but they really just want to get on here and talk shit about black fighters over and over again and say a bunch of negative shit and then just get down like that. That's really all they want to talk about. He panders to them to get engagement and y'all keep falling for it. Now I know, reason why I'm doing this video, like I said, is because a lot of y'all were upset about what he said and y'all said he was racist. And I can understand why y'all getting upset because of the ridiculous stuff he's saying. I understand that. You dig? All that shit he's saying is bullshit. It's straight cap. That shit he's been saying about Mayweather and Crawford and various other black fighters. I understand it's all bullshit. None of that shit's true. It's just some salty shit. Because again, he's not really a boxing fan. He just likes Canelo. The reason why I say that is because I remember when I was on that nigga's live one time, we were talking about Canelo versus Bivol. And he said that he thinks Canelo would beat Bivol in the rematch. And I remember I asked him, what do you think Canelo would do or could do in the rematch game plan wise to beat Bivol? And he couldn't answer. He couldn't even give me a breakdown or nothing. That's how I knew, oh, this nigga don't really know boxing like that. He just likes Canelo. Because somebody who knows boxing, at the very least, they could have gave, at the very least, a decent technical breakdown of what they think Canelo could do to somewhat beat Bivol. He couldn't even do that. That's when I knew, okay, yeah, this nigga just be talking. He don't really know boxing like that. You dig? I'm not saying you got to give the greatest breakdown or you got to be this fucking expert that knows everything. I ain't saying all that because that might be doing a little too much. But at the very least, should have been able to give somewhat a decent breakdown that made sense about what you think a fighter could do to make things differently in a rematch. And he couldn't even do that. He just said, oh, he'll beat him. He'll beat him in a rematch. You dig? So that's when I knew, okay, this nigga don't really know boxing like that. This nigga just be talking and shit. It is what it is. You know, Canelo fan and shit, you know. And like I said, he panders to a section of Latino fans that can't stand niggas no matter what. Because the problem with the Latinos that talk that shit about blacks, what they don't understand or maybe do understand but want to purposely ignore is in real life or just in general, black people don't really worry. I said this before, I guess I got to say this again. Black people don't really worry or think about Latinos like that. Like, black people are not sitting around thinking about Latinos. We're not daydreaming about Latinos. There's literally no reason for a black person to be jealous of a Latino, so that's ridiculous. Like, we literally don't pay attention to Latinos like that. The only reason why we talk shit to Latinos in boxing is because they be talking shit. That's the only reason why we do that. We're not just talking shit for no reason. They be talking shit, saying a lot of bullshit, so we return fire on that. That's really all it is. Other than that, you got to start hanging around actual black people instead of going off of stereotypes. Because what I notice about a lot of Latino people, they go off of stereotypes instead of actually being around black people. Because I'm telling y'all, black people are not worried about Latinos like that, bro. And I've been telling y'all that. We literally be in our own little world, dealing with our own people, and we're not even thinking about Latinos like that. It's the other way around. They're jocking us. They're steady thinking about us. Think about it. All these guys do is get on panels and talk about black fighters over and over and over again, and these are full-on Latino guys. That should tell you something. They got a whole community of their own fighters, but yet they would rather talk about black fighters over and over again. Black people don't do that shit. Go to any black boxing panel, they're talking about their own fighters most of the time. Latinos do the opposite. So it is what it is with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So all this black people be racist towards Latinos in boxing, that's cap, bro. That's cap. But I just want to give y'all some advice, bro. Just ignore that nigga. What up with it? Just ignore that nigga when he makes them videos. Cause I don't got that nigga on the do not recommend, but I see them little stupid ass videos he posts where he's saying that bullshit. And I just ignore that shit because I know he's capping. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else that a lot of y'all probably don't know. The real reason why a lot of Latinos don't like Floyd Mayweather, this is the true reason. It's not that he's 50-0, because if you're good enough to go undefeated, then do it. So it's not that. The reason why so many Latinos have a disdain for Mayweather is because he beat a lot of Latino fighters. That's what it is. Because you can't get up here and say, oh, Mayweather's not a good boxer. If you say that, you're a liar. That's cap. You dig? Just because a guy makes it hard for you to land shots on him or beat on him doesn't mean he's overrated. It doesn't mean he's a runner. It doesn't mean he's not that good of a fighter. You dig? Because that's what they say. They say you're a runner if you're good on defense in boxing. And we all know that's cap. But that's the true reason why a lot of Latinos don't like Mayweather. It don't got nothing to do with this, that, and the third or whatever. It's not about that. Because if you guys notice, these guys that criticize Mayweather's undefeated record, if you guys notice, they don't have a problem with other fighters that are not black that's undefeated, like Usyk or Inoue. They don't have an issue with that. You dig? But they got an issue with Mayweather being undefeated. That should tell you something right there. You feel what I'm saying? So I need y'all to just ignore that shit, bro. So when you hear that cap ass shit, just ignore him, bro. You know, he's just trying to get your attention. He panders to an audience of people that just want to talk shit about black fighters and black fighters only. He ain't really talking about nothing, bro. You know, he's just a Canelo fan, not a boxing fan. That's all it is. So instead of watching his videos and getting upset about what he's saying, just ignore that dumb shit. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm keeping it real. I'm only responding to the latest video he did because I saw a lot of people were mad and saying he's racist. So I said, let me jump in that. Pause. It's the only reason why I'm doing this shit. Do what I do. 95% of the time, damn near 100% of the time, I ignore that nigga. I see them bullshit ass, dumb ass, retarded ass thumbnails he put up. All that hating on Crawford and hating on Mayweather shit because they beat Canelo. All that stupid ass shit. I just ignore that shit, bro. I don't get in the comment sections. I don't make video after video. I ain't talked about the nigga in 2 weeks, I believe. You dig? So I've been ignoring that nigga. I know it's cap. I already know the people that go on that panel, they don't know what they're talking about. Just a bunch of lames and glazers. Not worried about them. And like I said, he panders to a Latino community that just wants to bash black fighters over and over again. You dig? That's it. That's all it is, bro. Don't get fooled if a couple of black dudes go on his panel. That doesn't mean nothing. IBFP is still not really respected in the boxing space. So don't get fooled by that. It is what it is, bro. That's definitely facts. Because again, if you notice, they never critique non-black fighters that are undefeated, but they critique Mayweather and Crawford, black fighters that's undefeated. I wonder why. I really wonder why. So it is what it is. So just start ignoring that dude, bro. So when you see them bullshit videos, instead of getting mad and responding saying, oh, you're a fucking racist, which he's kind of exposing himself to be, if he really is. Because me personally, I think he's gay on the low. Because I say that because every time you try to like hit him with some facts, he either trolls you with gay rhetoric. That should tell you something. The best joke he can say about somebody is saying something gay. That should tell you something. Don't no straight nigga do that. So I believe that's how the nigga get down. But like I said, just ignore that dumbass shit, bro. That nigga don't know nothing about boxing, bro. Yeah, just a Canelo guy. That's all. Criticize Mayweather for having catch weights, but won't criticize Canelo for having catch weights. Come on, bro. You know what time it is. So yeah, man. Just start ignoring that dude, bro. So shout out to the real boxing fans that saw that bullshit video he did and y'all took exception to it. I don't blame y'all. I get it. It's annoying hearing all that ridiculous ass cap ass shit he's saying. I get it. But just start ignoring him. For real. He's a rage baiter. It's all rage bait. None of that shit is real. Like I said, fuck that lame. I'm out.